Practice working with transcendental energy in the pyramid, level 1. In all our practices we work with energies of different colors, transparent, white and colored. Those people whose entire energy system is white are called white souls. If the white soul has a lot of transcendental energy, then its energy body is almost transparent. Transparent people are characterized by strong physical and mental health. Negative energy is practically not attached to them. For white souls everything is exactly the same, but they have a little less transcendental energy. Colored souls are distinguished by the 7 colors of our chakras. For example, if the energy system is red-orange, the person's consciousness is located between the orange and red chakras. Red-yellow aura, consciousness between the red and yellow chakras. Accordingly, the character of a person will be determined by the color of his energy system. The main color may differ in saturation. A person with a pale yellow aura will be dominated by irresponsibility, with a rich yellow, bright yellow or almost orange, hyper-responsibility. If there is an additional color in addition to the main color, it is called a halo. The main color is covered with a shell of another color. In this case, part of the consciousness is in one chakra and part of the consciousness is in another. For example, if the aura is yellow-purple, there may be problems with responsibility and daydreaming. If yellow and blue, responsibility plus communication, the person communicates a lot. When a part of consciousness is located in one and the other chakras, it is called the circle of samsara. In Buddhism, it is believed that we pass the circle of samsara, we have certain passions and attachments from which we must be freed. When a person leaves the circle of samsara, he is no longer so affected by needs and desires. He stops seeing the problem from one side, but sees it in a complex and can solve it easier. For example, a person has no place to live and wants to buy a house. If a person has consciousness in some color chakra, he will solve this problem according to the prism of his perception. If the consciousness is in the red chakra, most likely, he will decide to build a house. He will work 2 jobs to pay for materials, and on evenings and weekends build a house with his own hands, hiring people only as needed. If in the orange chakra all is the same, only the construction will be fast, and the house will be very beautiful. If in the yellow chakra, most likely, the person will take out a mortgage and will pull this loan for many, many years. If in green, perhaps, we'll get acquainted and we'll get together with the person who has the housing. If in the blue chakra, a person will have the idea to organize other people for construction, for example, to build a cooperative of owners and slowly build housing on the contributions. If in the blue chakra, most likely, the person works at some intellectual work and earns well, or he will think about how else you can get housing in other ways. For example, by starting a small business. If in the purple chakra, a person can dream of his own home for half a century and never move from their parents, or travel around the world without having their own corner. Being conscious in the color chakra, we objectively do not see other solutions to the problem, but act narrowly, according to our prism of perception. It is believed that the circle of samsara can be reached from any point and from any state. This is true. When our consciousness shifts to the central channel, we are at the level of one of the colored energy chakras. When consciousness returns to the transcendental channel, the color of the aura becomes first white and then transparent. This means that the person has left the circle of samsara. It is impossible to get out of samsara at once. First, a person gains energy and restores their energy. When the energy is restored, the consciousness moves to the transcendental channel. We receive disturbances in the energy structure at the moment of our inception. Before our birth in the womb, we are in the interworld, at the level of the ionosphere. When the funnel birth arises, we overcome the distance to the future mother, and at this moment our energy gets a strong blow from the egregores, who do not want white souls to be born on earth. The reason for this aggressiveness of egregores is very banal. White souls are not suitable for feeding egregores. The egregore cannot feed on transcendental energy, they only perceive colored energy. When we are just on the way to our incarnation and are not in the physical body, but in the energy one, the egregore's blow shifts our consciousness from the transcendental channel to the central one, and it remains forever in some chakra. As a result, a person is born with a disturbed energy structure, and the result of the violation is a colored aura. It is extremely rare to find people with an undisturbed energy structure. A striking example of an undisturbed structure is Nikola Tesla. If you compare his achievements with those of ordinary people, the difference is obvious. There was a famous girl who sang an aria from the movie, The Fifth Element, in our country a few years ago. This girl was not taught opera singing, she sang herself at the age of 9. These are good examples of how we could acquire knowledge and skills if our structure were not broken. As for Buddhism, as one of the world's religions, all religious movements are egregores. Their main goal is to keep a person's attention, consciousness and energy in the right state for their own nutrition. Therefore, Buddhism talks about leaving samsara, but this story is presented in a distorted form. If a person finds out the whole truth, he will come out of samsara. If only a lie is told, a person will feel deception at the energy level and will also leave. To keep a person, the classical method of deception is used. To 80–90% of the truth is added, respectively 20–10% lies, and then the person, with every fiber of his being, feels a truthful part, and against this background the lie remains almost unnoticed. For those who still feel some kind of trick, there is a variety of theses and interpretations of the Holy Fathers and advanced teachers that reliably lure people's minds on the path to truth. All sorts of rituals and ceremonies help to hold a person energetically, supporting the illusion of spiritual development. Now a different energy is coming to Earth, more and more practitioners, more and more people are connecting with the ionosphere and getting information directly from it. More and more people understand that religions provide distorted information. Even one of the supreme leaders of Buddhism admitted that religion, in principle, is not needed. Experiments conducted by practitioners of the science of inner strength have shown that when certain practices are performed, the energy is restored and becomes white. At the same time, the character of people is significantly changing for the better. They are more effective in solving common household and life problems, and their health is only getting stronger. The practice of working with transcendental energy in the pyramid effectively helps to get out of the circle of samsara. In fact, we remake our energy by moving our consciousness from the central channel to the transcendental channel. The practice is performed on the basis of the red line. First part, opening the red line, the main position standing, the legs are in readiness, the arms are on the sides, as in the exercise tree. When the practice is well mastered, it can be performed in a sitting position, arms slightly apart or lying on pillows. 1. Open the red line, as in the previous practices, from the coxile line goes down to the center of the earth and pierces the transcendental line of the earth, and the back of the head, the line goes up and pierces the transcendental line of personal stars. 2. Increase the red line in size with 2 arms, then with the body, open for 300 meters. We present images once every 3 seconds, our column with a diameter of 300 meters, the core of the column punctures a line in the center of the earth, the core of the column punctures a line in the center of a personal star. We are waiting for the energy flow to become stronger. Second part, working with transcendental energy in the pyramid. 1. Present the largest pyramid of Giza in addition to its transcendental pillar. We imagine ourselves in a pyramid. The base of the pyramid is at the level of our lower dantian, and the top of the head rests on the top of the pyramid. We combine the transcendental line of the pyramid with the core of our transcendental channel. Imagine an image of yourself in a pyramid for 30 seconds once every 3 seconds. 2. Present once every 3 seconds images, our column with a diameter of 300 m, the pyramid and the combination of the core of our column with the pyramid line. The core of the column pierces the center of the earth and the center of the personal star for 30 minutes. The practice is performed daily for 1–2 months. As a result, consciousness must pass into the transcendental channel. You can feel that the energy structure has improved, as if it has become more correct. Some people don't feel any changes, but they are there nonetheless. Restoring the energy structure will lead to improved health. You will be able to get much better and easier information from the ionosphere as soon as you need an answer to a question. Final part, we finish the practice, as well as the usual red line, gradually reducing the column to the size of 1 arm. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. All have a good mood and bye.